Scott Jennings, this is the revenge of the working class American. So CNN, in an attempt to come across as being fair, objective, real news, they have to have one guy in there. And I think they actually hired the wrong guy because this guy's way too effective. He's been way too effective and way too honest. They normally want to hire a guy, but like a never Trump Republican, somebody like a Joe Scarborough, somebody like that. That's who they really want. They made a mistake hiring this guy because he's been pulling the rug out from under him for a while now. Let's take a look. So this is Scott Jennings.
This is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans, fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids. And they feel like they have been told to just shut up.
And that's exactly what the other people on that panel have been doing. And he's telling them to their faces.
When they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line. And we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
He's talking about how the things they've been saying on that network night after night were not true. That's not a bug. That's a feature. That is the feature, right? That is their job. CNN's job, the people, Anderson Cooper, all these other, Van Jones, the rest of these people, their job is to lie. It's narrative control. They don't do it. They don't have a job. They have to do it. That's the purpose. They're no longer that Anderson Cooper is not there to inform and let people make up their mind. It's narrative control. That's what he's there for, to just say whatever pushes the approved narrative. That's it. I think that's obvious now, right? They're not the media anymore, right? Nobody trusts them anymore. McCross says Trump does Rogan, Vance does Rogan, Kamala crickets. Well, she did a sex podcast, so she was never going to do it. I called that right away. She was never going to do Joe Rogan, and you guys all agreed, right? You guys all thought the same thing. She was never going to do Rogan because she couldn't. She's not knowledgeable about anything. She's not charismatic. She's not interesting. She doesn't have the stamina to go through a 3-hour-long conversation. Not like Trump. Trump was as fresh at the end of it as at the beginning. Anybody would be tired. Because keep in mind, too, there's pressure. That was a big deal, the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Rogan experience. That was a big deal. I mean, Trump doesn't feel the pressure. For anybody else, you would. Did you know it's going to be the biggest episode of all time, of any podcast episode ever? You know that millions and millions and millions of people are going to watch it. 3 hours, that's a lot of pressure to not fuck up, to not say one thing that's going to be clipped and can be used to destroy you. That's a lot of pressure. There's no way she was going to be able to do that. There's no way she could be interesting for 20 minutes, for 10 minutes, never mind 3 hours. She was never going to do it. We all knew it. Let's see. I Care says, God bless this man. He did a great job. I think he was too effective, though. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of him. Herodotus says, MSM are now Stalin's kulaks. Sucks to be them. Radio Baloney is the future. It is the future indeed. And you know why? Because I bring you scenes of such astonishing beauty like this. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.